So I'm basically focusing on putting content on this channel pretty frequently, and sometimes just sitting down and doing a whispered or a soft voice ramble is a little bit easier than spending hours doing mouth sounds, inaudible whispers, unintelligible whispers. So, besides, it's kind of nice. I like those ASMR videos where someone just sits down and spends like 10 minutes just talking about anything. Doesn't matter what they talk about. I don't care. Something I notice about these videos is, though, it's very easy to turn them into some like diary or vlogs and complain about your life. I don't want to do that. Sit down and listen to me complain about my love life for 20 minutes. How fun. So, it is that time of year again. It is nearly Halloween. I have some stuff for Halloween planned for this channel, so I'll put them out. I think I'll record them on the weekend and put them out next week. I'm really feeling Halloween this year. I'm not really feeling it. I always love Halloween, but this year, I don't know. I just don't feel the excitement. Just don't feel that glow that Halloween usually gives me. I don't know why. I haven't sought out Tim Burton's A Nightmare Before Christmas. I haven't begun bursting into song. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Oh, Mr. Oogie Boogeyman. He's definitely the meanest guy in town. I don't know why. I mean, it's no surprise that this year has been a mixed bag of things for me, and recently this last 3 months have been personally, so maybe it's wrapped up in that I don't feel very happy right now, so maybe it's all about that. But I noticed that even the stores and everything around me, the adverts on TV, they're also bereft of anything Halloween. There should be adverts on at this time, advertising things for Halloween, spooky tales, but there's been nothing. Christmas adverts appearing far earlier than usual. Usually the Christmas advert begins 1 minute past 12, November 1st. As soon as Halloween ends, the Christmas adverts begin. The clock strikes 12, and the Christmas adverts start. This year, Christmas adverts seem to have overtaken the Halloween ones. I haven't seen any Halloween adverts. Of course, in the last couple of years, the trick-or-treaters have been non-existent. And last year there was none, even though there were no restrictions. sad in a way. It almost feels like I've grown up. Like I found such excitement in Halloween. And now just nothing. It's a bit scary. And of course this time of year is always the worst. Because you have to build up for Christmas. And despite the fact that everyone says, oh, it's the thought that counts. Yeah, you still have to spend extortionate amounts of money on everyone. Or you're some kind of Scrooge, or some kind of miser. You spend so much money just for one day. And if you have a big family like I do, then it's crazy. And you've got people having birthdays in the run up to Christmas, and you're trying to save money for Christmas. It's insane. Like when you're a kid, or when I was a kid, just pour through the TV and catalogs and store windows looking for the most expensive gifts. Although to be fair, give me a football when I was a kid and I would just be so happy. An art set, yeah. I was not an expensive child. A football, an art kit, and I was happy. But I used to go into school after Christmas was over, and I remember my friends had all these expensive dolls and stuff, and then they'd ask you what I had, and I'd be like, well, I had this, but it was never what they thought was extravagant or anything. But I didn't care because I didn't like those stuff they wanted. Sometimes children see children who are different to them and they think it's weird. And it is true. But I'm not a parent, obviously, but I have nieces and nephews, so that gives you such a burden. Especially when you have more than a handful. It's crazy. Because they want all the expensive things. And you get the usual talk from parents or grandparents about how in their day it was just a tangerine and a few nuts and they were happy. Oh, great. Nobody's happy with a tangerine and a few nuts now. And of course this year it's going to be far worse, with the cost of living increasing by the day, cost of fuel rising, cost of everything rising. They warn that Europe will freeze. I've been watching more of the ASMR guy I spoke about in a previous video. He's worried about stagnant growth on his channel. I think it's a great reminder to not get too in depth, too emotionally involved in a YouTube channel. You can overanalyze everything. You really can. And if you are that kind of person, it can kind of take over everything. And it can take away a lot of joy that you had. I feel like once a hobby becomes a job, it's not fun anymore. You know, if you're still getting the same views that you were getting, and you're like earning, like, say, $3,000 in a month on your content that you're putting out, I mean, that's pretty good, right? I mean, I don't know if he wants to make YouTube a job or anything. I don't know if I would ever do that. To be honest, it looks very unstable and scary. One minute you can have a channel, and the next minute you can do something that you don't even know you're doing, and boom, channel gone. And there's your income gone. It's something I see a lot on social media, and increasingly so. It's women tweeting or posting anywhere about how dating men is so difficult, and how it would be so much easier if they could just date women. And I roll my eyes, because if you've ever dated a woman, you know how incredibly hard it is. And I say that as a woman who dates women. My ex is still angry with me, and still won't tell me why she's angry, and sends me angry tweets just to tell me that she doesn't care about me anymore, even though she does. You could just tell me what's wrong. That could work out. No. I guess we shouldn't stereotype, but also, it really isn't easy. I've never dated one woman who was easy to deal with. It is funny though. My topics in this video have been pretty jumpy, pretty all over the place, really. But I have plans for Halloween for this channel. We have some stuff happening. I want to do a, like, Edgar Allan Poe. I don't know if that involves a few poems or just, I don't know, maybe I'll just do The Raven or something. It's one of my most favorite poems ever. The Raven. Maybe I will. maybe I won't. Do we ever find out who Lenore is? It's a good idea though, sounds good. I do love the Raven. I remember the first time I ever heard about that poem, or even Edgar Allan Poe. I was very little, and it was a Halloween episode of The Simpsons. How do you learn about Edgar Allan Poe and the Raven from Homer Simpson?